right, brothers and sisters, this brother Elihu. I just come from the Department of Motor Vehicles, handling some business with my truck. And I was talking to two friends of mine that do security for a supermarket next door, right? And we was talking, and they was talking about that they had asked them, did they want, to carry a gun? Because as of now, they don't have a gun. They're not armed. So, one of the guys was like saying, he told them no. And I agree with that shit 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him, man, I said, fuck that. Don't carry no gun and kill or turn that motherfucker on your own people, on their motherfucking behalf, or some motherfucking white fucking owner. You know what I'm saying? They fucking dangling them goddamn guns thinking that, yeah, niggas like guns, and now they trying to arm every nigga they can and shit. You know what I'm saying? To protect their motherfucking interests and their motherfucking, their livelihood interests and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, man, that's the whole purpose of the police department and shit, is to protect white people's lives, their property, and their interests. And that's what the fuck they trying to do, and trying to get him to fucking carry a weapon and shit on the job to protect their motherfucking life, their motherfucking business as far as property, and their interests. And their interest is making fucking money off of niggas. You know what I mean? Shit. Man, we can't afford to make mistakes, man. So now's the time where you should be trying to practice as much discipline as you can, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Don't never treat this, now that this shit is at the level that it's at right now, and we have to start developing goddamn codes, just like the fucking white people have. Threat codes. You know what I mean? Threat codes. We had fucking code blue. We have fucking code orange. We have fucking code red. You know what I'm saying? We need codes like that, yo. How about perhaps yellow, orange, and red? You know what I mean? Yellow being a minor threat. You know what I'm saying? Orange being stay alert threat. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes open. Stay alert at all times. You know what I mean? Keep your antennas up. You know what I'm saying? Because the potential for violence, or the potential for them possibly, harming you, molesting you, your family, or your property or interest, you know what I'm saying, is there. And then we move on to a code red threat. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, it's two things right now that you should always be trying to seek out, right? Seek out, right? And I tell people this when they study history, and whenever they study in history and past models. Well, I don't care if it's even in business. If you study in business models, all right? If perhaps you looking to get into a particular business, and now you're trying to do your homework on that business. You know what I'm saying? So, you should always be asking yourself when you study history models, whether you're studying models on revolutions, you know what I mean? Say perhaps you trying to do some research on revolutions, how they began, you know what I'm saying? And everything that you study has three phases. You have the start, you have the middle, and you have the motherfucking end. You know what I'm saying? And you see, these are the type of ways that you have to approach certain things, is what I'm telling you. And you approach these things when you study these models two ways. A, those things that have been tried, tested, and proven to be effective, or B, you look for both factors when you study each model, whether it's a war model, a history model, or a business model. Those things that have been tried, tested, and proven to be effective, and those things that have been tried, tested, and proven to be failures, okay? For instance, on some of my videos, I mentioned about legislation as far as being a tool for us to win our freedom, okay? History tells us that legislation has never been an effective tool in us winning our freedom. You know what I mean? It's been a tool, effective tool as far as us winning certain goddamn liberties, okay? But those aren't freedoms, man, because freedom is this. When you have, let's say, the ability to do everything, have everything that white people do and have, okay? Without receiving no different consequences than they would have received. You got that? Freedom as being engaged for us in this country is having the same fucking liberties and rights, right, as white people have, without suffering no different consequences than they suffer. That's how you gauge your progress or whether, I hate to use the word a win, because when you say we won this particular case or we won this particular fight in court, through taking this issue to court, that's not a win. You understand what I'm saying? A win is when you finally can bring something to rest. You understand what I'm saying? These aren't wins, man. You know what I'm saying? These aren't even victories, man. These are steps. You understand what I'm saying? That's all they can be gauged or measured as. Steps. You see? So you have to be, and see, the language that they throw at us and groom us to speak in and to think in is part of our, social slave engineering. It alters our perception. It poisons our perception as to how we measure or see a particular thing. You know what I mean? If you viewing these things as fucking wins and victories, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you wouldn't recognize a real win or victory when you see one. These things are just petty goddamn steps. You know what I mean? They are nothing more than a means to an end, but they are not the end. And like I said, a win or a victory is basically the end of a thing where you can finally put that particular thing to rest. It will no longer come back to bite you in the ass. It will no longer come back to be a problem in your goddamn existence. You understand? That's a win. Okay? That's a win. And these goddamn little, shit we've won in courtrooms or in the Supreme Court or whatever, you know what I mean? Them motherfuckers aren't wins, man, or victories. And they actually get written into the goddamn history textbooks as such. And that's total bullshit. That's total bullshit, man. That shit is total bullshit, man. But, and like I say, man, Rakim had a particular little saying he used to say in one of his songs, no mistakes allowed. So you have to start disciplining yourself right now, man, because soon there will come a time, where mistakes will cost you. You know what I mean? They will cost you. And when I say mistakes already cost people now, you know what I mean? And I was once told, it ain't the mistake, but it's the mistakes after the mistakes. You know what I mean? It's where shit becomes a habit and you start becoming, you know what I mean? You start becoming what you call, you become on a self-destructive pattern, you know what I mean? Anti-progressive, you know what I mean? You begin to sabotage your own advancement, you know what I mean? Your own progress, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. So, when like for instance, those of y'all, you know what I mean, who choose to use me as a particular, you know what I mean, source of information, and that's all I am, man. I told you my background and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a man. Y'all do not get caught up in Elihu. I want you guys to pay attention to the message, man. You know what I mean? I kind of tell you that shit about my use drug use, because I don't want you to fucking get caught up in me. That's the mistake we've always made. You know, we get caught in the individual, and then they pluck the motherfucking individual off, and then whatever fuck that we had going on while that person was alive, that shit comes to an abrupt end as soon as they knocked off, killed, you know, and taken out. You know what I mean? Once you kill the so-called leader, which is another bad goddamn term that we need to just do and fuck away with. They're comrades. I'm your comrade. I'm your brother. I'm on equal level ground as you. We fight side by side. I make my contribution. No more, no less. As I expect you to make yours. As I expect you to make yours. And I try to do everything I can, you know what I'm saying, to prepare myself, you know, to strengthen myself in intellect, you know what I'm saying, and wisdom, you know what I mean, in tactics, in strategy, in skill, in talent, you know what I mean, so that I am, you know, an asset to the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Having a weak motherfucker with you, a ill-prepared motherfucker with you, a soft motherfucker with you, a stupid motherfucker with you, a motherfucker that's not able to follow simple directions with you can get your ass killed, your freedom taken, or killed. Having a slow motherfucker with you, if I tell you, yo, you know what I mean, go to such a place, do A, B, C, and D, and then come the fuck back. Alright? If I tell you to do that shit, and, you know, on the way there, you stop, you know, you talk to a motherfucker for 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Then you get there, and then you don't do A, B, C, and D, you do A, C, D, and B. You understand what I'm saying? Then on the way back, you stop to a fucking store, and then you come back. You know what I mean? You ain't followed directions 3 motherfucking times, yo. 3 motherfucking times, yo. And if you count, and that's not even counting if I was to get real detailed with the shit as far as, you know, how you put the fucking, you know, B, D, you know, C and A, because each one of them count as 4, goddammit. Plus you stop and talk to a person for 30 seconds, and then you stop in that store coming back. So really, you fucking ain't followed directions 6 goddamn times. And it get that goddamn serious, man. Because all it takes is one motherfucking mistake to sabotage and to fucking fuck, you know, just the whole goddamn movement, all the goddamn time, money, labor, effort that got poured into that shit by everybody who made a contribution to the shit can all fucking go down the fucking drain over one goddamn person not being able to follow simple goddamn directions. Straight up. Straight up, yo. And niggas got a real serious problem with following directions. Always want to fucking improvise. Always want to do it their way. You know, want to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Always undermining some shit. They good at undermining shit. They undermine shit even when they don't know they undermining shit. You know, they just fucking been doing undermining shit so goddamn long, it's like embedded in their fucking DNA now. You know what I mean? It's now become part of their fucking genetic makeup to fucking undermine and sabotage even their own fucking, you know, progress and shit. You know what I'm saying? So these are you got to have a constant awareness at all times, yo. You got to be always, forever vigilant, man. You cannot rest, yo, in the times when the shit gets to like I told you, as far as like we had to have motherfucking codes. Code, it's like the middle code. No, fuck that. When you get the code yellow, at that point, okay, you know, that means, all right, it's fucking vigilance all motherfucking day. I mean, all day, 24 hours a day. Fuck that. Sleep with your goddamn fist balled up in case a motherfucker starts something while you sleep. Straight up. Once that goddamn code get announced, that means it's alert at all motherfucking times. No mistakes allowed. You know what I mean? It's chess, not checkers no more. You dig? See, man, this is the type of thing. You need a strong general, man. You know what I mean? I kind of wish that the people that I connected with real good on Google Plus, I wish I had y'all here with me, man. Because I tell you, yo, we had some shit popping. We had some shit popping. You You know what I mean? And that's the other thing, yo. Yo, we got so much fucking jealousy and we argue over so many petty idiosyncrasies. You understand what I'm saying? It's always too many goddamn chiefs and never enough Indians and shit, you know? Even if it was 10 of us and we all voted, let's say that I am to be the goddamn, chief and shit. And that's not saying that nobody has a say or able to make a contribution. All that's saying is after the contribution and the things, that each individual has to say or whatever, I make the final decision. You know what I mean? Because when we take the shit to a vote, when you chose me, that means you obviously felt and saw that I was capable, you know what I mean, in leading us. That I was the man to pretty much had enough skill, you know what I mean, to get us the victories that we needed to get. You dig what I'm saying? And then even after all that, after y'all done voted the motherfucker in as the motherfucking general, you know what I mean? Based on you feeling as though he was the most suitable person, you know what I mean, to get us from point A to point B, and from point B to C, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Then you'll sit there and undermine the nigga. You know? And it begins when the first two people get together and start talking shit, whispering back and forth about some little petty ass shit that, that may have happened or that they may not have agreed with. Fuck the overall grand scheme. They're gonna focus on the one little goddamn petty ass issue. You know what I mean? And make that shit, larger than fucking life, man. And like I said, that shit begins when the first two fucking individuals come together and begin that fucking process. I mean, yo, I'm really schooling y'all, man, on fucking things to watch out for, man, and that how to make yourself a strong, general and shit. This is what this shit is all about, man. I'm putting y'all through general school. You know what I mean? I'm trying to educate and train generals, man. Not soldiers. Shit, soldiers don't need much training. If you wanna subscribe to my school of thought, you know what I mean? That means you subscribing and choosing to be a general, not a goddamn soldier. A general. You understand that shit? Alright, brothers and sisters. I'll make a part 2 to this. Because I got a whole lot more that I'd like to touch on. But I got to start working my way to my woman, man. My baby. And I could talk forever, so we're gonna wrap this one up, and I'm gonna pick up where we left off, man, because it's a lot more to be said on this shit right here. Sure enough. I love all y'all, man, brothers and sisters. By the way, you can be generals too. Believe that shit. 5-star motherfucking generals. Shit. You could be the motherfucking the top dog for real. Shit. And when okay, and I'm gonna tell you what. When I do part 2, it may even go in part 3. But in one of those 2 or 3, I'm gonna address and show y'all how shit should be set up and structured. You know what I mean? How to structure and set up this shit. You know what I mean? When I was a gangster and all that shit, I was a general of war. And the general of war's job was to plan war strategies and lead the soldiers in war. But, my job was to plan war strategies, and I guess y'all can see I am qualified to do so. Especially from a street perspective or a penitentiary perspective. In fact, those two settings and battlegrounds was good goddamn training grounds for the things to come. I could not have had better schooling. You know what I mean? I cannot have better school. And that's why Sweet T-Boy God is amazing. See, he is the best of planners. I went through them goddamn prison wars. Now I know why. See? I didn't know why at that time. In fact, I would have never even thought it had a significance or a purpose for me to fucking get stabbed, you know, just to go through things that I went through and shit. And that's why I be telling y'all too. These little young kids out here, you know, murdering each other, everything, man. There's a method to God's madness, man. Believe that shit. That's why the Quran says, surely he knows what you don't know. You know what I mean? That while the Satan plans, Allah too is planning, and he is the best of planners. You know what I mean? And that's that these kids, man, are the strongest generation we ever produced. And them going through this killing shit, whatever, man, this is removing that fear, man, out of them. I'm telling you, man. Because now, they don't hesitate with taking a life. They don't think shit over. It's never that fucking, 5-second pause before they take it. You know what I mean? When them motherfuckers make the decision to engage the motherfucking opponent, they going straight at that shit hard fucking cool. And when they see the motherfucker, it's funk on sight. It's funk on sight. That means as soon as I see you, motherfucker, I'm letting this bitch loose. Straight up. You know, fucking conversation. Hey, yo, let me holler at you for ain't none of that shit. Nigga, that's what funk on sight mean. You know what I mean? We also call it KOA, kill on sight. You know what I mean? FOA, KOA, however you want to play it and shit. Yeah. All right, so gotta go get this train. This is Brother Elihu. Peace.